episode, we're going to be talking to you about how the military works to protect one of the island's most precious resources, the natural environment. Guam is home to a wealth of natural resources. In its role as a responsible steward of the environment, the United States military strives to protect the unique resources of Guam, while still achieving its mission to provide realistic training critical to the readiness of military personnel and the security of the nation. The military has developed a number of environmental stewardship programs to achieve both of these goals.
As an island ecology, Guam is exceptionally susceptible to foreign biological introductions and harmful changes in the physical environment. For decades, the greatest danger to Guam's fragile and unique ecology has been the introduction of invasive plant and animal species which consistently outcompete species that are native and endemic to the island. Some of the culprits of this invasion include the wild deer and pig, as well as many plant species including the vitex tree, chain of love, mile-a-minute, and the tangan covering hundreds of acres of northern limestone forest and southern grasslands. The brown tree snake was introduced in the 1950s with a corresponding decline in native bird population in the early 70s and 80s.
Without the native bird population to spread the plant seeds on the island, the forest is not going to be as healthy as it needs to be. It has a direct and measurable impact on the biodiversity you have on such a small island. And it's important to bring all this back to its native state so that you can have balance in the ecology. And the Marine Corps is an important part of bringing that balance back to the island.
Without some sort of intervention, a number of Guam's endangered species will continue to decline as a result of these foreign introductions to the environment. Military development on the island, however, is part of that intervention.
Taking care of the natural environment is the first step to establishing a Marine Corps base on Guam.
We're here at a site that was selected by the Joint Region Marianas environmental team, where critical plant species were transplanted.
The outplanting is a direct result of construction, and these were growing in an area where construction will be. So we've salvaged them from that area and brought them to the forest enhancement to perpetuate them. They'll start blooming, and then the seed capsules open up, and it's like dust that comes out, and they will scatter to the rest of the forest and continue to grow throughout the forest.
The native forest plants are important because they're the framework for the rest of the cycle, like snails and butterflies and birds. And then birds, in turn, disperse the seeds and continue the cycle. Right now we don't have any birds, we don't have any dispersers. So with the pieces missing, it doesn't work. It's not holistic. What we're trying to create is a more holistic, self-sustaining forest.
To this point, the DoD is committed to a process called forest enhancement during the construction and operation of the new Marine Corps base on Guam. Forest enhancement will take place on military installations in Finnegajan and Northwest Field.
For the first step in the forest enhancement process, the DoD has plans to control the wild deer and feral pig population, which causes so much damage on the island's ecology, by placing extensive fencing in North and South Finnegajan to trap these invasive mammals for eradication.
Once the wild pig and deer population is controlled, biologists and natural resource specialists will work to replace harmful invasive plants with species originally native to Guam. These actions help to support the natural habitat so critical to some of our endangered species. The last step of forest enhancement will then require continuous long-term monitoring throughout Finnegajan and Northwest Field.
If you have any questions about what we presented today, please feel free to call us at 349-4055.
Or email us at cjrmpao@fe.navy.mil.